Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome to the next big idea. An incredible journey of innovation, passion, and game-changing ideas. Let's see what this team brings to the table.
Hello judges, we are team Swavalambanam and we are here to present our solution Diabetic. Since the childhood, I used to fear piercing the needle into my finger and taking out the blood. But when during holidays I used to visit my mama's place, I used to see my nana every day before every meal taking out his kit, piercing the needle into his finger, taking out blood and checking the blood glucose level. And after that he used to take insulin injections every day. He is not with us anymore, but it used to hurt me seeing him do that every day, every time. Also similar experience happened with my friend here when once he was visiting a relative in a hospital. He saw a 17-year-old girl getting taken into emergency ward and her parents were crying outside. When he went there and asked them what happened, he got to know that that 17-year-old girl had diabetes, and just because she used to fear taking out the blood from her finger, piercing the needle, she didn't check the blood glucose level and even didn't take the insulin dose, and that's why her condition became serious, and when she fainted, they had to take her into the emergency ward. So I will introduce our team. I am Avdut Pailwan. This is Ritesh Bakare. This is Yash Petkar. And we are from the KIT's College of Engineering, Kolhapur. And using the technology of machine learning and sensor technology, we have built an non-invasive blood glucose meter, which will help you in monitoring your blood glucose level painlessly and affordably.
So, as my friend suggests that the problem is not, it is the device that are present in market are invasive. You have to pick blood from your hand. So, our device consists of optical sensor that based on Lambert's law, and they calculate the glucose value present in our blood by sending different type of light of different intensity and different frequency, and then it find how many light absorbed by glucose molecule. After the observance, we will get the remaining light in our optical sensor. So the glucose value and the light intensity is not directly related. That's why we using machine learning. What does the machine learning is? There are very complex relation. They all map the relation. We have 17 feature and one target value, that is glucose. So the all target features are not directly proportional or not directly proportional to our glucose value, but they are somewhat related to our the value, and the machine learning maps all the possibility, their dependentness of glucose value, and then calculated the output form. Currently we tested this model on 725 people and we get the accuracy of 87%. There is two type of error in our model. That is, first is skin thickness model, skin thickness, because as you can show your skin and my skin is different. That's why we are calibrating the model as per the person. So I have made one model with on myself by taking my value for 2 or 3 days, and then our new model come with 92% accuracy. Let me know you just that the machine that is present in the market have 80% accuracy only. The model is not 100% accurate that is present in market also. So now I will show the video, so how our model is working. You can see in video, the first is traditional method. For traditional method, you have to take a needle for one time test and also take one glucose strip. You have to take one glucose and glucose strip and needle for every time. That is the recurring cost for glucose meter, and this is the glucose machine to test the value, and this is our diabetic method. Now you can see we are taking value from two body part. First is the finger web and second is the finger, because finger web and finger both have less skin thickness as compared to other body part, also have more number of vessels. That's why we chooses this two body part. Now this is our ML model, and you can see the predicted glucose value is 87 and RSM value is 8. That is our accuracy is 92%. So by this we can calculate the glucose value, and also we have tested this on 750 plus people. Also we have talked with 3 district hospital, but due to code of conduct we are not able to arrange camp for testing more. After the result 7 June we will conduct 3 more camp and create our data set more larger and build our model more accurate. So main we are targeting is first is painless. So there is no pain included in whole the process because it is only a LED which are taking our value. Second, in the traditional method you have to buy one needle and one glucose strip for every test. So in this machine there is no recurring cost. That means our machine may be have some slightly more pricey than the traditional machine, but the recurring cost is zero in our machine. That's why it is more affordable. Third, it is eco-friendly. In the traditional method you have to buy needle and the glucose strip, and mostly in the village and other places people don't settle that garbage accurately and they throw it anywhere, and this causes environment factors. In this machine there is no needle, so it is eco-friendly. And our targeting audience is not only diabetic people but also neonates, because the neonates born to diabetic mother have also tendency, maybe they have diabetic, so they have to monitor for 1 month their diabetic value. And for doctor, they take blood from their feet, and the neonate had just born and we have to see them in pain. So we are targeting this much of audience.
So now to take a look about the competitive landscape, we have two major brands. One is Dr. Morphine and another is One Touch. So if we talk about the product cost for the Dr. Morphine, we have the product cost about 1,164, and for One Touch it is 2,642. But our product cost is 4,000. But in this case, we don't have any recurring cost. If we see the cost, we have a needle and we have a glucose strip step, and for monthly we need a spirit. And with all that combines for Dr. Morphine, it is monthly around 2,000 cost is required, and for One Touch it is around 2,300. But for our product we don't require any other recurring cost. And for the branding channel, mostly the Dr. Morphine brands the product using the e-commerce website as well as the local medical store. And for One Touch, all the case is same, but in our case we will try to implement that model as well, and we will try to implement another campaigning feature where we train the future doctors or nurses to use our device, and with that they have an habit about using our device. As it is painless and it is easy to use, we can capture the market easily. So let's learn about the lean canvas. So as we know the problem and solution, let's talk about the unique value proposition. So in the unique value proposition, we have seen that our model accuracy is around 87%, which is other brands accuracy is around 85%. So the unfair advantage for us is that our product is non-piercing, it generate less biohazardous waste. And the customer segment we are talking about is that diabetic patients, then the neonates born to diabetic mother, and then the senior citizens. So the cost structure we divide is that we have research, manufacturing cost, and the key matrices to measure our product is we can measure it through customer review, customer ratings, and the number of products sell.
So this is our business model and the whole idea. Thank you, sir.
I wanted to ask you a few questions regarding your technology. You are saying that your technology is non-invasive, isn't it? So, by what method it tests the blood glucose?
Okay, sir. So firstly, we are using optical technology, that is NIR sensor. They are near infrared with 940 nanometer frequency, 640 and 1150 nanometer. By research, we find that these all three frequency have glucose more observance, and by we also use Beard-Lambert law. And after sending light to this finger part, we will get the glucose molecule absorb the light, and remaining light absorbed by optical sensor. After getting the light, we are getting 7 different value from this and this, and temperature also. So after collecting that 14 value and the data set of 700 people, our machine learning model is able to some relation and predict the value. Sir, in future we are also focusing on acetone sensor, because acetone and glucose value of our body have some relation. So benzene and acetone sensor maybe we will use in future.
Okay. So, you are saying that by NIR technique you are using that. Okay. That's okay. But the main concern is that how you are going to differentiate between other carbohydrates and glucose, because body has other carbohydrates as well.
Yes, sir.
And the structure is quite similar. So how you are going to differentiate between other carbohydrates and glucose?
Sir, that's why we are using 940 nanometer and 1150 nanometer, because these two frequency have more absorbance in glucose than other carbohydrate. That's why we use, particularly we are focusing on these two bands of light. That is and they will not absorb by other carbohydrate. They will absorb, but not in that much value as well as glucose.
So how you are going to eliminate that?
So after using this this frequency, there are maybe there will be 7% of error, but it will eliminate because they not absorb the light and not give they reflect back all light to our optical sensor.
I am asking this question particularly because the strips that you have
Yes.
do contain one enzyme which is very specific for glucose,
Yes.
and it will eliminate all other carbohydrates and carbohydrate like molecules. Okay, so in our body there are some glycoproteins, glycolipids. Okay, so those also will have some content of that. So it is difficult to have and how you are going to place the relation. कैसे आप उसको measure कर रहे हैं?
So sir, we after getting value, there are 14 different value, and we have make the graphs, and by the ML all we are using logistic regression model. There are dependency or different factor. When I am saying 14 feature, there are 14 different bands. So all bands have different relation with the glucose value. So after that collecting the all data, and we have make a dependence level of each band, and that way we are calculating the glucose value.
What is the minimum detection value and what is the maximum detection value by your method?
By testing method, we have observed that the 80 is the minimum detecting value and 130 is maximum detecting value for now. After increasing bandwidth, we will go more on this.
But that is almost the normal value
Sir, because we have more.
because 70 to 110,
Yes.
okay, is the actual normal value.
Yes.
And in postprandial, that is after meals, the value definitely goes up to 140.
Yes, sir.
So you are not even covering the normal spectrum.
Sir, because of the first stage of prototype, we are not able to reach diabetic people, so we are unable to collect diabetic data. But after the code of conduct, we have already planned the 3 campaign in 3 different districts: Nagpur, Kolhapur, and Gadchiroli. And then we will reach directly to hospital and take data of by diabetic people. So we will increase our range by this method. Because of that, currently we are not covering, but in next month we will surely cover that range also.
So this technology is yet to be established on actual variants that you are targeting.
Yes, yes.
Because the test that we generally do is on hypoglycemic or in diabetic patient.
Yes, sir.
Normoglycemic are seldom our priority. So you are not tested on the extremes.
Because we don't get permission to test it on that directly. So we started with people who have non-diabetic, and then we will cover them.
Have you considered some other technology comparisons which are there in other nations?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And how your technology is different from them?
In Hong Kong, there is one capacitive method to actually get the value, but the capacitive method have different problem. They have some. If you have more sweaty than me, the electric conductance value changes, so the accuracy of it 47 to 52%. So we don't consider that value. Also, I don't exactly know where is this technology is doing, but acetone sensor is using in some other nation. So acetone sensor have independently has the 70% accuracy. That's why we also want to integrate in acetone sensor in our model also. So both light and acetone will increase our accuracy.
Acetone basically is a ketone body.
Yes.
Okay. And that generally happens to get correlated in type 1 diabetics.
Yes.
But majority of the patient who are doing are type 2 diabetics. So that will not be useful for them.
Okay.
Anyhow. Okay. And there is a very good review paper which has there been in 2023. You should definitely read that on depending on the non-invasive techniques.
Okay.
So it is the new generation sensor for non-invasive glucose monitoring, and it is published in American Journal of Translational Research.
Okay, sir. We will read.
It is a really recent paper. In 2023, it has been published.
Okay, sir. We will definitely read.
You should definitely go through it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, did you apply for patent or
Sir, we are in process. We are filed a patent, but not yet.
yeah, but the patent filing number? Okay, fine. So point is that the technology-wise, whatever the method you are using, okay, this is already known. That is not that it is something very novel or something. That is okay. That's not need not to be. But the point is that the scientifically it is 50 to 60% accurate. Okay, scientifically. But maybe you are increasing it by like a large data processing and all these things. You are increasing, but I am still surprised that from 50 to 60%, which is a scientific like a efficiency, you are increasing to 92%. That is little surprising for me. Like take a more closer look to it. Okay, this is number 1 point. And number 2 point, where is your prototype? Because it is a small thing. Why did you did not
sir,
bring it?
actually we don't know. We have to show prototype. That's why we don't come with prototype. And we have our TR certified our prototype by Andhra Pradesh Medtech Zone. They have already seen
What?
Andhra Pradesh Medtech Zone have already seen our device and certified.
I have two suggestions. Have you done any socio-cultural reviews, socio-cultural perception studies about this technology? Please do that. It will be helping to your technology. My second suggestion would be, every technology has a opposite side. Okay. Have you thought of any possible health issues? Be honest.
Be honest. Sir, not really we thought, because the NIR light are present in our environment also, and that penetrating in our body is not as much because many papers suggested that NIR light is useful for medical technology in you can use it in your body. So I don't think there is any problem with NIR technology in our body. Also, we will study on that.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for suggesting.
And now it's time for judges' opinion about the pitch. So, it was a good one.